morning. I'm Pat Barrett, and welcome to Women's Radio 2. This is now the station of the original Women's Radio that has been upgraded to include men. I am so happy this morning to have a remarkable man that I was lucky enough to meet, Dr. Laman. And Dr. Laman is now the author of I say a new book, probably another new book. He's done many, many creative things, including filmmaking. But he's a cardiologist by training, and he is certainly a practicing philosopher. I think that you're really going to enjoy some of the insights that he's able to provide. I'm very happy to welcome this morning, Dr.
Thank you.
Lynn.
Thank you, Pat. Thanks for letting me come on.
Absolutely. So I let's start, with the most important things and make sure that we get all the really good stuff in. You have a new book out now. Do you have other books? Would you like to?
Sure, this is my fourth book. My first book was back a long time ago when there was no self-publishing, so it was published through Ingram's called How to Heal Your Broken Heart, and then I wrote a book called Stressed Out Heart: How to Overcome Your Daily Stress, and now my latest book is called Inner Peace Now. And this is a book designed for all the people who are struggling with anxiety, sadness, depression, emotional illnesses. And I teach an ancient technique called the remembrance, which can quickly put your heart into a state of deep connection with your heart, and that will improve how you feel. It'll lead to calmness and peace if you do the technique. You have to practice the technique at least 15 minutes a day, but it really works. It really works. I've been using it on many, many people, thousands of people, and had not had any. I only had maybe one person it didn't work on out of a couple thousand people.
Well, when you say a remembrance, is this a mental thing that you do, or is it also like breathing or anything else?
It combines breathing with taking the ah sound directly into the heart. The ah sound is the universal sound of relaxation. Every culture makes it. Ah, that's the sound. So you learn how to take that sound and put it into your heart. I have some relaxation techniques we used before, tensing and relaxing the muscle, deep breathing to kind of get you into the relaxative state. And then you use the remembrance. And people say, well, what am I remembering? Wow, remembrance, what is that? Well, at a deep level, you're remembering who you really are, that we're all this divine spark, that there's a divine light in each of us. And we're trying to come back to that light and remember who we are. So when we say the ah sound deeply, ah, it goes into the heart. If you try different sound, you can say oh, e, ah. So there's a
You can feel it
resonance. There's
inside.
a resonance to that sound. It's organic, that goes into the heart. And so when you do it deeply, you'll find it really opens up your heart. You find you can connect to your heart. You can get insights about your life and what you should be doing in life. It's really pretty profound.
Well, given that you're a cardiologist, does this help your heart?
Absolutely. I mean, right now I work in a traditional medical practice and I don't use this technique for my patients. I mean, it's too much time taken to do it. But when I first got out to using this, I had a practice where I practiced cardiology and I utilized this technique. And in a couple of my books, I describe many of the people. My book, Inner Peace Now, is actually the story of a man named Gabriel Aziz. I've changed his name, who started having severe anxiety with COVID, tremendous anxiety, and chest pain as well. And over the course of about a year, he was dramatically improved by using this technique and doing session work with him. But he began doing the remembrance and, dramatically improved. I've had people improve with cardiac arrhythmias such as atrial fibrillation, racing of the heart, chest pain. Most illness has an emotional component.
I
This is
agree.
proof. Yeah, like depression and anxiety definitely cause racing of the heart and chest pain. So you can treat it if that's what it is by using this technique. Now, I'd never recommend people don't go to the doctor and get checked out and everything, but if nothing is found in your heart and you're still anxious, this technique can work.
Well, I think there are a lot of anxious people. We every time we turn around, I've just absolutely stopped listening to the news, and I used to be a news junkie, and I just can't. My body can't take all that pressure and sorting the mental exercise of trying to sort what's true and what's not true. I just have to. I have to find peace by having peace, as it were. I can't. Um, I try and eliminate the things that really agitate me.
Hmm.
And I think that people are, some of the awful things that we hear that people are doing to other people, then they look into those people's lives and they find that they have been agitated by other people online.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt we all have the experience of you go in a room, you're feeling calm, and somebody's shouting in the corner, and suddenly you're anxious. Our vibes and our affect other
Right.
people. What's happening around us definitely affects us. So, one thing I like about the remembrance is that it's really an organic technique. It's born into your body. I mean, and you can learn to do it fairly quickly, and it will work fairly quickly on most people. I also have a free audio tape and audio track called the Heart Connection Meditation. People can get on my website. They can download it for free just to get a taste of the remembrance if they want to just taste it. My website's www.drkirklaman.com, and they can go there and download that track and kind of get an idea what are we talking about with this remembered stuff. And then I have an audio program that'll be coming out on Audible as soon as the book is published, which is hopefully today, coming out today.
Oh, that is so exciting. So by the time we hear it on Women's Radio too, it will be published and they can go find it. Are these
Right,
in
it's
major
out today.
bookstores or just on Amazon? Where can people find it?
First, it's going to be on Amazon. Hopefully, it'll be through Ingram's and Barnes and Nobles and
Oh,
Apple
good.
shortly. I mean, I had to wait till Amazon published it, and then I can put it on all the other sites. So, hopefully, within a week, it'll be available. But it's available right now on Amazon.
Well, I certainly want to encourage people. I think it sounds like one of the best books out of its kind in a long time. I think that you brought up some luminaries that have gone before, and their work is still good and still being offered out on YouTube and other places. But this is one of the best titled books, and I'm sure the best content books on this subject that I've seen in quite a while.
Well, I think people will resonate with the story of the man of who got healed. He basically had a mystical experience after about 9 months of doing this technique and doing sessions with him. I also have in the book a list of people who you can contact if they want session work on their own in this type of vein.
Mhm.
That's from the University of Spirituality and Sufism. There's people there who are master healers. They can call them up and find out how to have these sessions on themselves. I don't do sessions. I'm just too busy as a cardiologist.
I bet you are that and writing and you mentioned about doing films too. So you were inspired to do films and you ended up doing some films.
Right. I had a film called New Frontiers in Healing, and that had a woman by the name of, oh, I can't remember her name now, Borshenko. She was
Oh
one of the
yes, yes.
Hands of Light. She was in the film. I interviewed her for the film, and it was all about a woman who had cancer who was healed through prayer, and another man who had severe cerebral palsy who I worked with, and he began walking more correctly just using this technique.
Wow, that is amazing. I think people are fascinated by healing. They don't really understand it. How would you describe what is healing and how can we get better at it?
Oh, for me, for the work that we do is the healer has to have done the walking. I've been on the Sufi path for 25 years, so to be a healer in our way, you have to have done the work. It's kind of like Malcolm Gladwell's 10,000 hour rule. You have to put in 10,000 hours of prayer, meditation yourself to get your heart to the place that it can help other people. I think some of the most profound psychotherapists are really doing healing work through their heart. And there's certain people who you can just look at them and you listen to them, and it's healing, it's
Yes.
healing.
Hmm.
I've had some people I've worked on who have a woman in India who's the hugging mystic,
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
I've met
she
her.
just hugs people and they're better. So this
Right, right.
yeah, so this is my understanding is that the once the person has worked themselves, what we do in a session is we connect our heart to their heart. We get into a state of deep prayer and connect their heart. And then what happens is that the heart starts to open up. We believe that there's veils of light and dark that shroud the heart from the inner light of the divine. And it's through this healing process of removing veils that the
Mhm.
remembrance does that it heals your body. You'll have some people will have memories come up quickly. I could tell a number of other stories, but healing will they'll have memories come up and suddenly they're better. I think we're about
Really?
5 minutes away.
Thank you for keeping up. But
Hey,
I'm having such a good time, and I'm certain that the people who are listening probably have that feeling as well. It's like getting a taste of something delicious, and I think that I don't know about other people. I have had my share of anxiety in the last 3 years, and I know what that feels like, and it's not fun. And I can see why people do some of the things that they do, just trying to get away from that awful feeling.
Oh yeah, and I mean, and this technique it works very well for anxiety. I mean, anxiety. I have some people I worked on from my previous hospital, just in doing uh, relaxation, like tensing the muscles of the body and relaxing them, and doing deep breathing. That'll
Yes,
get rid of anxiety. That's part of the whole technique. The first part we do is we try to get them relaxed in their muscles, and then guide them deeper into the heart. So there's a guided meditation you can really do that will really facilitate this. And that's a purchasable audio program on Audible, which will be up in the next couple days.
that is amazing. I can't wait.
Yeah, hopefully.
I like things on audio.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I know that before we started recording, we were talking about some of the amazing experiences that you've had. You didn't start out that way. You came up through a fairly traditional home, it sounds like, and but you've had some amazing experiences. How did some of that happen, or is there one that you can relate?
Well, in my book, I put this in the introduction. The reason I got into this mystical technique is that when I was 18, I was practicing football, and I'd gone to a Fellowship of Christian Athletes conference in Black Mountain, North Carolina. Some amazing speakers, and they were talking about the importance of prayer. And there's one line from the Bible that says, "Pray unceasingly." And so, being idealistic and 18, I decided that when I got back, I was going to pray unceasingly for 24 hours. And so I was out there doing football drills and just doing different things and began praying unceasingly. And after about 2 hours of praying unceasingly, suddenly this experience happened where I could feel love in everything. The oneness, like the grass was one, the tree was one, the football, your foot, the shoe, everything exuded love. It was love. It was complete love. And as I told you earlier, that experience, I went in for lunch and my parents were there, and I didn't see my parents. I saw love. It was incredible, and it lasted for a whole 24 hours. And then the next day, though, I didn't sleep all night. I mean, you can imagine this. My body was vibrating. I was feeling everything in creation. It was incredible. And so that night, the next night, after I hadn't slept all night, I said, "Well, I can't go on like this. I got to go." And so I prayed to God to take it away, and within about 10 minutes, it was gone. But from that experience, I began seeking really to have that experience again, to know this infinite love that is in everything. It's infinite love. And so my whole life, I was a Christian minister at church. I started doing Eastern religion and meditation through Paramahansa Yogananda and Self-Realization Fellowship. And then when I turned 40, miraculously, I was led to this Sufi master, and Sufism is all about the way of the love. And the second or third year that I saw him, I had the same experience. It lasted for four hours, where everything was love. And so I went and I asked the sheikh, I asked the man, what happened to me? Because I started crying. He was there in my house, and I started crying. I couldn't stop. I cried for 4 hours.
Wow.
Cried and cried and cried and cried and felt this incredible oneness in the crying. I could look at you and I could see love. I didn't see you. I saw something, the divine essence in you. It was love. And so after that whole experience, I went to the guy and I said, what in the world is happening to me? He said, your heart was opening up and the veils that cover the divine light were being released in a profound way. And this is your experience of God. This is an experience of what the divine is really like. And let me tell you, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's love. It's just love, love, and more love. And that's what the Sufis are about. So I began following this man and began doing the Sufi work of lots of prayer. So it's an incredible journey that anyone can make. I think if the door is open to anyone who wants to make a journey of love, it
I
just
I agree. It's not about religion, although you may find it
no. It's
through
beyond
that, but
religion. It's beyond religion. It's not religion. We
yeah.
don't, as Sufis, we say every religion is right. Every religion right. Whatever the religion is, God put it here and that's right for you. If you're a Buddhist, it's right for you. If you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, whatever it is, Jehovah's Witness, that's where you're supposed to be. There's divine intelligence that puts you where you need to be. So, we're just about trying to bring more love into our life and love for the universe.
That that's hard to argue with and hard to beat.
I think that people need to work on it. I mean, I
I
think in
agree.
today's world
Yeah.
we need to get away from anger and we need to focus on love, loving people, give them the benefit of the doubt, we shouldn't be shooting people and things like this. It's horrible.
Yeah. Where
Only
do
love is
people
going to
even
change
get that
everything.
idea? I ask, every time we hear about another shooting or something, you think, where did these people get these ideas? They were given those ideas by somebody that they chose to listen to. I
True.
think that you've got to learn, what is truly going to make you and the world around you happy. And
Yeah.
um, it's amazing that we can't get simple lessons like that through the system, so to speak. That it isn't part of the system that we learn how to be nice to each other, but people have to gain it to teach it. So clearly you have absorbed it.
Well, no, I think that, that's the reason we write these books. It has to start one to one. You have to work on yourself. You work on yourself and then you can change others or
Right,
others will be affected by you. You won't have to
right,
change them. They'll be affected by you
right,
if
right.
you learn it yourself. So that's why inner peace now, learning a technique to really, part of that's reflection. Every day you got to sit down and reflect. What did I do today? Why did I feel bad? Things like that.
Well, I'm encouraging everyone to now that it's available to go get that book
Yeah.
and just devour it, and then the audio tape too. And then I assume you'll have other things coming out that will be supplemental to all of that, huh?
Yeah, the book's on sale this first week for 99 cents on the digital
Oh,
file. People
oh,
can get it for
nice.
99 cents. So go to Amazon. I think it changes. It's on sale 99 cents. It takes 72 hours for it to start, but it's selling for 9.99 now. But in 72 hours, it should be 99 cents for the first week or two. We're gonna
Oh,
running a
that's
promotion.
great. Wait, could you send me after we finish? Could you send me a link to that, and we'll put that in so that people
Okay, sure thing.
click on it and find it really quickly. Dr. Lehman, thank you for all the good work you do.
All right,
I'm
well, thank you.
sure you're a great cardiologist as well, but this work, few people are willing to take it up and are reluctant to talk about it. And I'm very thrilled that you have done all this and are willing to share it with all of us. Thank you so very much.
Well, thanks for having me on the show today, and I hope everyone finds peace and love that they really deserve.
Thank you very much.
You're
Have a
welcome.
wonderful day.